This morning I'm going to read from the book of Luke 9, 1 through 1 through 5 that says, One day Jesus called together his 12 disciples and gave them power and authority to cast out all demons and to heal all diseases. Then he sent them out to tell everyone about the kingdom of God and to heal the sick. Take nothing for your journey, he instructed them. Don't take a walking stick, a traveler's bag, food, money, or even a change of clothes. Wherever you go, stay in the same house until you leave town. And if a town refuses to welcome you, shake its dust from your feet as you leave to show that you have abandoned those people to their fate. And today, I'm just grateful for God's grace and His mercy, and I'm grateful for God's instruction, and I'm super grateful for my wife, um, and just I'm grateful for everything. I found out, guys, well, we found out, the saying I found out. My wife is we're gonna have another baby. So congratulations is on the way for that. And I'm grateful that God has blessed us with another child, and I I just I'm happy, and I just continually pray that, God delivers us a healthy child, and I'm just grateful. But this particular verse um is let me tell you why I saved it, right? It wasn't really because it was two reasons. God gave his disciples instructions, right? And he gave them power to go and do a very important job. He gave them the authority to cast out demons and to heal diseases. So basically he gave the disciples the same power that had drawn so many people to him. Because remember now, the reason why people were following Jesus and, you know, were behind him wasn't necessarily because of the message that he was preaching. Yes, you may have a small portion of those person, but the real reason the crowd was coming was because of the miracles, because he proved to them that he was the Son of God. And I mean, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, was their hands were still up in the air about this, right? But the main reason why I shared this was because of one phrase that God told the disciples. He said, take nothing for your journey. He instructed them, don't take a walking stick, a traveler's bag, food, money, or even change of clothes. Wherever you go, stay in the same house until you leave town. And when he gave, that was just such a powerful message to me because, you know, before God puts you into a position of abundance, he normally strips you down. You normally left with nothing. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, before I remember all of this, because before I got to where I am right now, I was in breakfast in the body. So my walk towards success in my mind was very short. I mean, it's just been what, 3 years, something like that. You know what I mean? And that's 3 years from me going from having nothing, losing everything in a hurricane, um, COVID, all of this, you know what I mean, to now being in a position that I am in right now. And, I could remember so many persons in a room just praying for me and just saying that, just put your faith in God and just be strong. And there was times when I just was like, boy, what am I gonna do? you know? But when you have nothing, when you have no material possessions, when you have nothing, let me tell you all something. The one thing that you realize that you do have is the only thing that you ever need, and that's your faith in God. That's all you ever need. Like you could look around you and you could say, hey, God, I may not have food today, but when you have your faith to know that God is a provider, He can provide that food. If you say, Lord, I don't have clothes, I don't have nothing on my back. It may not be what you want, but God can make sure that you clothed. You know, if you say you don't have money for this or that, you petition to God about these things, and God can provide it for you. I don't see anything being above God and what He wants for us in our life. You know, and it's important for us to be reminded of that, because another part what stood out to me in this particular verse was where God told him, if a town refuses to welcome you, shake its dust from your feet and leave to show that you have abandoned those people in their fate. And that's so true. Like you can't hang up, you can't hang up trying to force your belief on people. You know what I mean? Or force your life on people, or force your love onto people. Like the acceptance of your love is a choice. People choose to accept your love. People choose to accept your kindness. And if they don't, you shouldn't feel any type of way about that. God tells us to dust our feet and let them go. You know what I mean? And basically what he's saying is that wash your hands of them. Dust your feet, clean. You cleaning yourself of it. You've tried your best. Now it's time to move on. You have to leave them to their fate. You know. So this particular verse had a lot of gems in it that I took out of it. Two completely separate messages. But things that I always share when I feel somebody needed to hear it. So thank you again for the opportunity to speak. Let me look for these verses from everybody else. I'm carrying our language from my